What's going on, guys? Lazy Boy here, and today I have a very, very interesting video for you guys. I'm here with my guy Android, as you can see right there. He's one of my very, very lovely viewers. Android, how are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Yourself?
Pretty well, man. Pretty well. So today, guys, we're gonna talk about what the raids should be like in Destiny 2. Now, I know there's been quite a lot of talk. There's been quite a lot of speculation and theories on what the raids are going to be like. But, guys, I think this will give you a fairly decent idea of how big the raids actually should be in Destiny instead of being so small. I remember me and Android having a conversation that the fastest raid time for Crota is only 22 minutes. And the fastest raid time for Wrath of the Machine is like within the 40s. So it's very, very short. Now, to
Mm.
me, and Android, I'm pretty sure you can agree with me on this, that the raids themselves, I think personally they should take at least an hour, if not longer, as the actual raid time, not just a estimated raid time. Um, how
You're
do you
right
feel?
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Here's the
Mm,
first problem with that. We're given an entire map of the patrol area. One of the raids should at least be able to span this entire area. Just having done that one little thing could easily extend the time of the raid, getting from one place to another, or having to split up as teams across a certain area to do certain things.
right, right. So, guys, I'm gonna ask your personal opinion on this. You can go ahead and leave it down in that comment section. And before we get all into it, that was kind of just like a brief prelude. But before we get all into it, guys, if you like my channel as a whole, go ahead and just smash that subscribe button. If you want to just to support the video, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and a subscription. Well, hello there. So,
How you doing, gentlemen?
so Andrew, let's go ahead and get into it, bud.
Let's go ahead and get it.
All right. So, guys, as you know, this is the first area of where you spawn in the Cosmodrome. It's of course the steps. Now, the idea here is to kind of, I mean, you can eliminate all just the normal, all the fallen ads and all these buildings and kind of like build this area from the ground up. So that way, you know what I mean. It's not just the same Cosmodrome or the same area you've been exploring for the past 3 years. So personally, I think that they should just take this whole entire area and make it just a clean slate, but kind of like leave the little pathways that go to the other places like the rocket yard, the divide, and that area over there with the planes. Personally, that's my opinion. Android, how do you feel about that?
I agree with that personally myself. And having a queen and all going on with a clean slate, I'm thinking they should also be expanded too. Like for one thing, if we look back behind us, there's also the Cosmodrome Wall. We know that this actually spreads around it, and it goes as an entrance to the Plague Lands themselves.
Right, right. That's a very, very good point. Yeah.
hmm So that's one way we can actually. You don't even have. You can just expand on them by just combining the two maps, making the Plague Lands accessible, or having just two different areas accessible from one.
Right. That's a very good point. Very, very good point. I like that. All right. So from here, if they make it a clean slate, let's go ahead and go over to the area with the planes. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, honestly, but let's
I
go
believe it's
ahead and
called the
go.
Rocket Yard.
No, Rocket Yard's the other way. Remember, it's past the divide.
Ah,
Ah, the Moth
yeah, it could be
Yards. The Moth Yards.
off yards. Close.
All right. So guys, from here, pretty much what I was thinking would be a kind of a good kind of little thing is where like, you see the place to go to the Skywatch over there. Personally, I think that in this area, like they could make, say, a cave um, or maybe a little drop down, or heck, even over here, in this little shack over here. I mean, they could add maybe, um, I don't know, maybe a key or a specific type of armor that you have to put a quote ornament or some type of um, thing, I guess, to activate it to unlock the door to the next area, which would be this little pathway, going to the Skywatch. Now there will be two parts to this, so just keep that in mind while we're having a conversation here. There will be two parts to this, but yeah, talking about that armor, yeah, it would either be like a piece of armor or like I said, a key of some sort or something like that to kind of
Should be
like
something similar to the relics that we use like the hive relics that we use to open up the doors and dethrone the Corden in
r-
Kingsfall raid.
right. So it'd be kind of something like that to where there would be I would say probably like an electrified gate here because you know the Fallen, of course, like their arc. So there'd be kind of like a arc gate here, and you'd have to have that relic or something of that sort to unlock this door. And then once you go on in here to like you were going to the Skywatch, except however in this area like right here, all of this would be completely dark. You wouldn't be able to see anything, not even the hive pieces here. All this would be fallen, and you would have the stealth vandals all through here instead of the hive. And you'd have to kind of defend yourself through here. There'd be a crap ton of them. So once you make your way up here, then I would think that right about here, um, in that area right over there, you want to help me clear these ads a little bit, if you don't mind?
I guess. Even to me.
All right, let's go ahead and kill that. There we go. We're good. Yep, yep. Kill that guy real quick.
I'm killing all of them.
All right. So in this area, guys, personally, on my opinion, now Android, I do want your full input on this. Um, After you fight all the stealth vandals down there, and you guys come up here, there would be another electrified gate here, which you would use the same relic or whatever to open this electrified gate right here, and then on the inside, you would have a pretty much a huge fallen captain maybe like kind of clear this whole entire area out and just have these posts here all around and just get rid of
You're
all
talking
of
similar.
that and just
You're
make
talking
it
similar to the Archon's Forge, right?
more or less, yeah, kind of make it like just a nice wide open area. And like for the boss fight, like you would have to pretty much like activate certain panels to unlock a door to grab a say like a another relic or a rocket launcher or whatever to take his shield off, kind of like you do with Vosik, but a little more elaborated. So that way, when you take his shield off, you can kind of do all the DPS that you need to do, and then there would be probably about 10 waves of ads, considering his health would be fairly high.
Hmm.
Maybe something like that. So Android, how you feel about that?
I've actually liked that idea, but I think there's only one little tweak I would make. So as just to make it feel like a raid, I would make all the ads, well, major ads, as in yellow bars.
Right.
Make it just a little bit more of a challenge, because if it were just red, because if they're all just red bar enemies, you could easily take them down. It would seem more like a glorified strike, like Crota.
Right. So on that note, the yellow bar idea, it's a very good idea. Throwing some red bars here and there, and just have most of them be yellow bars, just as like a challenge type of thing. Where you can't just sit here and kill like five ads right in a row. You know what I mean? It would actually have to be a challenge. Now there wouldn't be a lot of them. Like maybe there'd be maybe about three doors, maybe one there, and probably a couple over there. Probably spawning probably five yellow bars along with two red bars on
Hmm.
each door to kind of make it more of a challenge. And then once you go to activate those panels again, you would have to instead of grabbing a relic, you'd have to take down a servitor like you would in Skolas. Like if his health gets to half, then instead of activating the last door, um, you would have to go around and find find a like a key of some sort, or kind of sort of like an empowerment or whatever, that you would have to slam the boss to open the last door, and then that would spawn a servitor like there is in the Prison of Elders with Skolas, and then that would take your shield off, and then you could start DPSing, and then like I said, once he gets to half health, that's what the thing will be to get a shield off, is you have to take an empowerment or some type of energy and smash him to spawn the servitor.
That sounds similar to like the challenge you would have to do to kill Iryu, who's I believe
Right,
in
right.
Crota, right?
hmm So this would kind of be like the
Which would
first
make for an
boss.
interesting challenge.
Yeah. And then for this first boss, whenever you kill him, of course he would drop loot, of course. And then I don't know, maybe you could I mean maybe he would drop like a cloak or something that you would need to kind of get back to the um what's the name of that? To get back to the moth yards. You would you'd have to get this cloak from him to open the gate to get back to the moth yards, because the gate would reshut after you start fighting the boss. So you could still kind of like before you fight the boss, you could still kind of go around and explore like the whole new area and stuff like that, just to for just to look around and have a little idea.
Mhm.
But this gate right up here, it would be the electrified gate, and you'd have to reopen that with the cloak. So, personally, I think that would actually be kind of more, just kind of one of them things that, hey, we got to get this to open this, you know what I mean?
That in and of itself will kind of, excuse me. That in and of itself will make the raids a little bit more interesting, having teams splitting up to do certain tasks.
Right, that's what I'm going to get into next. So, at this part, whenever you defeat that first boss, there's going to be a lot of fallen skiffs coming in that you and your team have to defend yourself from, and then pretty much your team would have to split up between the divide and the rocket yard, just for the simple idea of maybe they could implement like an amulet or something that you have to put on as just like an extra slot in your inventory. Like, how you got 10, it would probably be like somewhere either below your artifact or whatever. So you would equip one half of the amulet if it's that type of thing. Or what you could do is maybe there would be like one piece of armor in one of the caves in the moth yards or something, and then there would be another piece of armor in the or not the moth yards, the divide and the rocket yard. You would have to go there and collect either two pieces of armor or collect two halves of an amulet or something of that sort to unlock the next door, which I will show you in just a moment after we kind of get ourselves through here. I always hate doing this. Just driving around because there's so many twists and turns. So let me just get over here, make our way to the what is this? This is the divide, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
It is.
So through here, guys, like I said, in this area and the rocket yard right over there, you could actually, like I said, you would collect either two halves of an amulet or two pieces of armor to unlock the next area, which would be right over here, going through to this piece right here. There would be another electrified gate. Oh my goodness. Shanks, can you stop? Thank you. So there'd be another electrified gate here that you would need both of those pieces to unlock this gate. And then once you go inside here, now if you guys should know this area from just opening the application and kind of just, starting out for the first time, you guys should recognize this area. But this is the next area where you would fight the next boss. And for this boss, I'm thinking maybe, hmm, Like maybe these or maybe all these crates here and the flags would be removed along with all this other stuff in here.